The surprising truth about angels. Have you ever wondered if angels can read your mind, or if they can manipulate the physical world around us? Many believe angels possess these extraordinary abilities, but the truth might surprise you. Let's explore what the Bible really says about the nature and capabilities of angels. Angels have captivated human imagination for centuries, leading to numerous misconceptions about their appearance, powers, and role in our lives. Many of these beliefs stem from popular culture, personal experiences, or misinterpretations of Scripture. However, understanding angels accurately is crucial for grasping the full scope of God's creation and His divine plan. In this video, we'll examine common myths about angels, such as their supposed wings, gender, and ability to rebel against God. We'll also address questions about guardian angels and the idea that believers become angels after death. By delving into Scripture and historical context, we'll uncover the surprising truth about these celestial beings and their relationship to humanity. The nature and appearance of angels. Now that we've introduced some common myths about angels, let's explore their true nature and appearance according to biblical descriptions. When you think of angels, what image comes to mind? Many people imagine beautiful, winged beings with halos. But is this accurate? The Bible presents a different picture of angels than what popular culture often portrays. In the Old Testament, angels frequently appear indistinguishable from men until they perform supernatural acts. The New Testament describes some angels with luminous glory or dazzlingly white clothing, as seen in Luke 2:9-13 and Matthew 28:3. These descriptions emphasize a human-like appearance rather than inhuman features. One of the most surprising revelations about angels is that they typically don't have wings. This might come as a shock to many, but biblical evidence debunks the myth of winged angels. In their interactions with humans, regular angels are never described with wings. The association with wings is reserved for other heavenly beings, namely cherubim and seraphim. This brings us to an important distinction. The terms angels, cherubim, and seraphim are not interchangeable. They refer to different types of heavenly beings with distinct roles. Angels primarily serve as messengers, while cherubim and seraphim function as throne guardians. Cherubim and seraphim do possess inhuman features, including multiple faces and wings. Ezekiel 1:6 depicts cherubim with 4 faces and 4 wings, while Isaiah 6:2-3 describes seraphim as having 6 wings. These beings are clearly distinct from the angels we commonly encounter in biblical narratives. Another intriguing aspect of angels is their lack of gender. As spirit beings, angels do not possess male or female characteristics. However, when they take on human form in Scripture, they are always depicted as male. This challenges the notion of angels as gendered beings, which is a common misconception. You might wonder, do angels have a specific appearance? The answer is not straightforward. Angels, being spirit beings, can assume visible human form, but their appearance can vary depending on their mission and the context of their interaction with humans. There's no one-size-fits-all description for angelic appearances in the Bible. It's worth noting that some passages are often misinterpreted as evidence for winged angels. For example, Zechariah 5:9 is frequently cited, but it actually refers to 2 women with wings, not angels. This passage doesn't provide a basis for the belief that angels have wings. Similarly, Revelation 10:1 and 14.6 describe angels descending from heaven, but make no mention of wings. This emphasizes that descent language in the Bible doesn't imply the presence of wings. These examples highlight the importance of careful interpretation when studying biblical descriptions of angels. As we uncover these truths about angels, we begin to see a picture that's quite different from popular depictions. Angels are diverse, complex beings with roles and appearances that often defy our expectations. Their true nature, as revealed in Scripture, is far more intriguing than the simplified versions we often encounter in art and literature. The powers and Limitations of angels. Now that we've explored the nature and appearance of angels, you might be wondering about their abilities. What can angels actually do? Are they all-powerful beings that can manipulate reality at will? Can they read our thoughts or be everywhere at once? These are questions that have intrigued believers and skeptics alike for centuries. The Bible provides us with insights into the powers and limitations of angels. While these celestial beings possess extraordinary abilities, they are not without constraints. Understanding the true extent of angelic power helps us grasp their role in God's divine plan and their relationship to humanity. Let's start by examining the impressive capabilities of angels. Scripture reveals that these beings wield considerable power, always in service to God's will. In Genesis 19:12-16, we see angels tasked with the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah, demonstrating their ability to enact divine judgment on a massive scale. Even more astounding is the account in 2 Kings 19:35, where a single angel strikes down 185,000 Assyrians, showcasing the formidable strength at their disposal. Angels also possess the remarkable ability to interact with the physical world. They can assume material form and manipulate objects in our realm. The Bible provides several examples of this. In Genesis 19:10-11, angels strike the men of Sodom with blindness. Acts 12:7 describes an angel freeing Peter from his chains, while Matthew 28:2 recounts an angel moving the stone from Jesus' tomb. These instances illustrate the angel's capacity to influence the material world. However, it's crucial to understand that angelic power is not unlimited. Angels are not omnipotent like God. Their abilities, while impressive, are always subject to God's authority and purpose. They act as agents of His will, not independent forces in the universe. One common misconception is that angels can read human minds. However, there is no clear biblical evidence to support this belief. While angels may receive information through dreams or visions, the idea that they can directly access our thoughts remains speculative at best. Another limitation of angels is their lack of omnipresence. Unlike God, who exists everywhere simultaneously, angels are confined to specific locations at any given time. This is evident in passages like Daniel 9:21-23 and 10:10-14, which describe angels moving through space and experiencing temporal constraints. They can only be in one place at a time, just like us. Interestingly, angels do possess a unique relationship with space. They can be spiritually present without being physically manifest. We see this in instances like Genesis 21:17 and Matthew 1:20, where angels interact with humans without taking on a visible form. Yet they can also choose to be materially present, as when they shared a meal with Abraham in Genesis 18:1-8, or physically rescued Lot in Genesis 19:10. When it comes to time, angels occupy a curious position. They are not timeless beings like God. As created entities, they had a beginning. However, they are immortal, as stated in Luke 20:36. This immortality is not inherent, but contingent on God's will. Angels do not age or have a predetermined end to their existence, setting them apart from mortal beings. Understanding these powers and limitations of angels helps us appreciate their true nature. They are extraordinary creatures, capable of feats beyond human ability, yet they remain subject to God's authority and the boundaries He has set for them. This knowledge enhances our perception of the divine order and the role these celestial beings play in it. Angels and human interaction. Now that we've explored the powers and limitations of angels, let's turn our attention to a topic that fascinates many believers: the interaction between angels and humans. How do these celestial beings relate to us? Do we each have a guardian angel watching over us? Can we command angels to do our bidding? These questions have intrigued people for centuries, and the answers might surprise you. The concept of guardian angels is deeply ingrained in popular culture. But what does the Bible actually say about it? While some argue that angels provide guidance and protection to believers, the evidence for personal guardian angels is not as clear-cut as many assume. Matthew 18:10 hints at a special role for angels, stating, "Their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven." This verse suggests that angels may act as advocates for individuals, but it doesn't explicitly confirm the idea of a personal guardian angel assigned to each person. Another common belief is that angels take people to heaven when they die. This idea finds some support in the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, where Luke 16:22 states, "The poor man died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's side." This imagery aligns with certain Jewish traditions that depict angels escorting souls to a blessed afterlife. However, it's important to note that this is a parable, and we should be cautious about drawing definitive conclusions from it. A question that often arises is whether believers can command angels. Some interpret Hebrews 1:14 to suggest this possibility, but this is a misunderstanding of the text. The verse actually means that angels serve for the benefit of believers, not at their command. Dr. Michael Heiser emphasizes that there isn't a single instance in Scripture where a human being commands an angel. This highlights the importance of careful interpretation when studying angelic interactions. The relationship between angels and humans in the Bible is multifaceted and complex. Angels fulfill various roles in their interactions with humanity. They act as messengers, as seen when Gabriel appears to Mary in Luke 1:26-38. They also serve as protectors, as Psalm 91:11-12 suggests. In some instances, angels even act as warriors, such as in 2 Kings 19:35, where an angel strikes down 185,000 Assyrians. These diverse interactions reveal a crucial truth about angels. They always act under divine command. Whether they're delivering messages, offering protection, or executing judgment, angels operate within the parameters set by God. They are not independent agents responding to human wishes or commands, but faithful servants carrying out God's will. This understanding of angelic interaction with humans challenges many popular notions. While angels do interact with humans in significant ways, their primary allegiance and obedience are to God. They are not at our beck and call, nor are they necessarily assigned to individuals as personal guardians. Instead, they are part of God's grand design, playing crucial roles in His plan for humanity. As we consider these truths about angelic interaction with humans, we're reminded of the awe-inspiring nature of God's creation. Angels, while distinct from us, are fellow creatures serving the same Creator. Their interactions with humanity, guided by divine wisdom, offer glimpses into the intricate workings of God's universe and His care for His creation. Controversial angel topics. As we've explored the fascinating interactions between angels and humans, you might wonder about some of the more controversial topics surrounding these celestial beings. Can angels still rebel against God? What's the deal with the angel of the bottomless pit? Do Christians become angels after death? And how can we discern true angelic encounters from deception? These questions have puzzled believers and scholars alike, often leading to heated debates and misconceptions. Let's start with a question that challenges our understanding of angelic nature. Can angels still rebel against God? Many assume that unfallen heavenly beings are incapable of turning against their Creator. However, the biblical evidence suggests a different reality. Two intriguing passages in the book of Job hint at the imperfection of God's holy ones. Job 4:17-18 states, "Even in His servants He puts no trust, and His angels He charges with error." Similarly, Job 15:15 declares, "Behold, God puts no trust in His holy ones, and the heavens are not pure in His sight." These verses, spoken after the events in Eden, imply that the possibility of angelic rebellion remains open. Another controversial topic involves the identity of the angel of the bottomless pit. Revelation 9:1, 5, and 11 mention this mysterious figure named Abaddon in Hebrew and Apollyon in Greek. Some mistakenly conflate this angel with the one given the key to the bottomless pit in verse 1. However, these are distinct entities. The angel with the key is not considered evil, but rather obedient to God's command. The term fallen in Revelation 9.1 should be understood as descend rather than indicating rebellion. A common misconception that has gained popularity is the idea that Christians become angels after death. This belief often stems from biblical statements like Matthew 22:30 and 1 John 3:1-3, which suggest that believers will be like the angels, or like Jesus. However, these passages speak to the glorification and divine nature of believers, not a transformation into angelic beings. While the biblical vocabulary for glorified believers and angels overlaps, with both being called sons of God and holy ones, believers do not become angels. Instead, they join the divine family of God and will actually outrank angels in the new global Eden. Given the potential for misunderstanding and deception surrounding angelic encounters, it's crucial to test these experiences against Scripture. The Bible encourages believers to test everything, hold fast to what is good. 1 Thessalonians 5:21, and to test the spirits to see whether they are from God. 1 John 4:1. This testing ensures that any spiritual experiences align with biblical truth and are not deceptive. By grounding our understanding of angels in Scripture, we can navigate these controversial topics with wisdom and discernment. Understanding angels in biblical context. As we've explored the fascinating world of angels, you might wonder how to make sense of all this information. What are the key truths we've uncovered? How can we avoid falling into common misconceptions? The Bible provides a rich tapestry of angelic encounters and descriptions, but understanding them requires careful study and discernment. Throughout our journey, we've discovered that angels are far more complex than popular culture often portrays. They are powerful spiritual beings, created by God to serve His purposes. Yet they are not omnipotent, omniscient, or omnipresent. Angels interact with humans in various ways, but always under God's command. To truly grasp the nature of angels, we must turn to Scripture as our primary source. The Bible reveals that angels are diverse in their roles and appearances. They can take human form or appear in glorious splendor. While they possess great power, angels are subject to God's authority and limitations. Thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoyed this video.